West Hartford on a larger project, doing a little bit all over the place, but this is the biggest transformation here. Let's go in here. This is, I'm new to this too, so we're gonna try it out, see what's going on. We are changing the primary suite here, and we're giving them a lot more space. And come around the corner here, look at this. They got some new space to the outdoors. We're going out another 7 feet by 14. We're moving the bathroom, doing laundry, bathroom, and then this little closet right here moves right to a full walk-in. This ceiling goes up. We do a Crawford ceiling, and you can see, you know, project management still has gone in and labeled what's coming off. We're removing some vents. You know, everything's kind of marked out. We are in a construction zone, so everybody has their marching orders, what's coming out. One of the big parts where we're pushing all this out to the edge. You know, this actually was an addition, and we're doing an addition on an addition. You can see this is a little bit newer framing, so this bathroom was not original to the home, because you can see the older framing in that ceiling down there. You can just tell by the color it's an extra probably 20 years older. Electrician's gonna have a fun time figuring out why we have a bunch of wires right here. Where are they going? What do we need to do with them? Electrician's always gonna come in before demo and make everything safe, meaning we're gonna turn off all circuits to that area of the house, double check that none of this is live. Some of this stuff needs to just get demoed out. The electrician comes back and says, hey, I can get rid of this, I can get rid of this, I can get rid of this. However, this is going up to somewhere else in the house, and I need to then pull this apart and create a junction box and put that back somewhere. So the demo crew is safe. You have these wires, they're safe, they're not live. They are not to cut these, and they are not to demo this. So you'll see they're gonna cut around it and leave it. And the electrician, Jay, is gonna come back, know what he can pull apart, and then he pulls everything back, puts junction boxes if he needs to, and grabs the new power, puts where he needs to do. So it's not a free-for-all when it comes to demo. It's more thought out. Similar to plumbing, some plumbing can be kind of lopped off, but others need to kind of stay for the plumber to come in and make sure things get capped. So we've got the tile up on the floor. We can see that it was done a little bit newer because we are using a cement board, which is 20 years or so we've been using that. We need to come down to the subfloor because we're going to be matching up with this hardwood floor, which you can see we've covered it with some ram board for right now. Key things, guys, with remodeling is spending the time to remove it down enough so that when we bring our tile in, we don't like thresholds. Poor remodels are ones where you're stepping up and you're stepping down, and there's trip hazards in your thresholds, in your doors. Your flooring should be all at the same height, and that is just preparation and removing what needs to be removed and reinstalling at the right thicknesses so that everything matches up. Obviously there's exceptions with everything, but that's always the goal. A lot of times we're remodeling and we're taking out, you know, in this circumstance, we're making a much bigger bathroom, but the bathroom had been done in the last 15 years. So some of the products, like the toilet, it's a nice Kohler toilet, had a nice vanity that had a granite countertop, undermount sink, you know, full extension drawers, good quality, full plywood, but this isn't gonna fit. So what do we do with all this stuff? Well, for instance, the toilet, there's a big cost of the installation, but also the warranty. Now this is a 10 or 15-year-old toilet. It looks perfect, but it makes sense to spend a few $100s for a new toilet, has all new interior parts. The plumber can take it all out of the box, put it on, install it, because there's a big cost is the install of it, and then warranty it. So unfortunately, this kind of stuff we'll keep, but we don't want to put old stuff back in most of the time because the inside parts are old, and the cost put something new, and then you get the warranty with the plumber. Vanities, a lot of times we can upcycle them, and we can do a Habitat for Humanity. A lot of times, if it's a big kitchen, there's lots of cabinets, there are places where we can donate them, but we run into this all the time. Unfortunately, reusing it is, if you're trying to put it somewhere else that we have to like rebuild the cabinet, the cost of the labor to try to rebuild or make it work ends up exceeds the actual cost of what the piece is. So a lot of times it just doesn't work. This addition, we're doing a big addition off here. Great room for the client. But because we had aluminum siding, the tie into aluminum siding is very difficult because they don't really make it anymore. There's very few guys that have the tools to be able to create aluminum siding. So we completely removed all the siding, and it had cedar shakes underneath. The right thing, guys, is to do just like we do upstairs when we bring it back down to the subfloor. We want to bring it right back to the sheathing. So the aluminum siding came off, the cedar shakes came off. We're down to this. We're going to put nice house wrap. We're going to make sure everything is nice and tight, and then we're going to do vinyl siding back on. So this is a beautiful thing. We open this all up. Everything kind of looks like it's in good shape. We'll do a thorough inspection, but this is the right. Bring it all down and then rebuild it. Most things go in the dumpster, but we want to keep and we want to separate, our metals because you can recycle them. So here is a perfect example. Flashing, just went around where the porch just got removed, and we can go and recycle this, and it saves dumpster space. You get a couple bucks for it. Now, it's copper flashing is pretty much, it used to be used a lot as standard, and now we use aluminum because aluminum is a little bit cheaper. But copper flashing is the way to go if it's in the budget. This stuff lasts for 100 years plus. This is obviously still in good shape, but this will go to the recycling yard. You might get a couple bucks for that. This entire house had aluminum siding. That's all going to be recycled. They'll maybe get a couple $1,000s for it, which is good. But obviously, it doesn't go into a landfill. So that's really the most important thing. That stuff's not going to it's not going to degrade as quickly as everything else. So let's get it back into the recycling stream, and eventually it's going to come back as new building material. So we're separating this kind of stuff as we go.